realised last night when I pulled into Nullarbor that I just passed a sign saying you're now reaching the western edge of the treeless plain, and I thought I'd crossed the Nullarbor totally. When I saw that sign though, I thought, hang on, maybe I've got, you know, the bulk of it to go. Maybe what I was travelling to before was, you know, just a prelude to more of a, you know, a more desolate wasteland. But it's only carried on for about 5k or 10k, or I don't really know how far I've travelled. And we just sort of gone back into a more treed area and a much more rolling hill kind of area. So I've definitely left the plains now. Driving down to Port Lincoln, it's on a peninsula just to the west of Adelaide. Just sort of runs along the coastline, but haven't really hit the beach apart from a tiny little place called Port Kenny. Far off on the horizon, just sort of catch over there. Might be able to see it. It's just big huge sand dunes, beautiful white sand, just catching the sunshine. And it's just kind of reminding me of the deserts and all that sort of stuff that I really miss from Egypt or Morocco, just out in the Sahara. There's going to be a different kind of white sand, but it's just starting to tick my mind over for book 3 of the series, which obviously hasn't even, you know, begun writing that yet. Just longing to get into those sand dunes, the empty expanse of desert sand. It's where I'm building up the series, heading towards that kind of area, and even in my mind, it's a slow, patient game. The characters to actually get there. Yeah, just seeing that kind of thing just stirs all that kind of stuff up in my mind and my memory of those places that I've been to. So I know that pretty much in the future, once my brother's bond has got out, I'm going to start looking forward to getting the third book of the series written and researched. And now I'll be heading back overseas, back to Sahara at some point.
However, I still had a long way to go, and caught between sea and salt beds, I pressed hard along the arrow straight roads, looking for a place to sleep.
I stopped off at Port Lincoln last night and jumped into a hotel, or a motel, just to try and have a better night's sleep and a little bit more rest to try and ease my throat. Unfortunately, it hasn't really worked. It wasn't exactly the best room that they put me in. So, yeah, we're just going to carry on and see what happens in the day. I've got a feeling that come Adelaide, come Sunday, I won't really be talking that much to people again, which is a real pain in the ass. I just passed the sign to Adelaide, 646 kilometres to go, so it should be about another 6 hours or so of driving up the coast to Port Augusta, and then back down the coast into Adelaide City. We're going to find out where Adelaide showgrounds are. It's where the event is happening on Saturday, Sunday. It'll take me about an hour to set up tomorrow, and then I'll be free to run around the city and have a good look. I've also got to find a good spot for Saturday, which happily is St. Patrick's Day. So, in the miraculous event that my throat does get better, I get to ruin it again with beer. Just tried to get petrol in Arno Bay, pulled up to the little gas place. lady comes running out laughing, saying that she should have got that sign fixed. They haven't had petrol there for years. The next place along the line is Cowell. It's about 45k away. And I remember talking to some people yesterday. There's a ferry from Cowell heading off to somewhere on the other peninsula on the Adelaide side, which is probably going to cut about 400k off the journey. So I'm quite keen to do that. It leaves at 10 o'clock. It's 9:15 now, so I've got half an hour to try and get there, 45 minutes to get on the ferry. With 45k to go. Let's see if we can.
As it happened, I was quite early. The ferry didn't arrive until 10:30, so I had time to reacquaint myself with the locals.
After just watching the Aurora 5 pull in, it's quite big, it's quite impressive, it's hard to miss. Just walked past the lady, she popped out of her caravan over there. Walks up to me and she's like, "It's here, is it?" Well, yes lady, it's pretty freaking obvious. It's a whacking great big ferry that's just pulled in at the ferry terminal that all the cars are sort of, you know, leaning towards. It's definitely here. Perhaps in her past life she was a sloth, and this has caught her by surprise. We've just come off the ferry. The funny thing is I don't actually know where I am. I'm sure we'll see a sign at some point, but at this point I'm just driving. Yeah, it's sunny, it's warm, doesn't really matter. So, oh, here's a sign. It's a roundabout. There's lots of directions on it. What do we got? A place called Kadina, Port Broughton, Port Wakefield, or Moonta. None of them make any sense. I'm just going to go straight ahead. It looks like the most important one. There's other signs up that way, so that looks good. Where do the other cars go? They're going straight ahead. Good decision. Yes, this looks perfect. Yes, Adelaide, 157 kilometres. So I'll probably save myself about 300k. Oh well. I might not quite crack the 3,000 kilometre mark for the trip. Cheated by a ferry.
Yet even an hour out of Adelaide, the landscape was exactly the same as it was crossing the Nullarbor. There are a few more sheep, which, being from New Zealand, obviously got me quite excited, but I began to feel like I was experiencing Groundhog Day.
Certainly a lot warmer over this side. After jumping on the ferry, it's kind of like jumping on a plane in Manchester and then 2 hours later stepping off in Tangiers. The sun's out, it's warm, and all is good in the world.
Until...
I've finally hit Adelaide. Just trying to mark my way through. Just going to plough my way through the middle of the city. Goodman Road, where the show is. It's just, I think, on the other side of the sort of central city district and the river and yeah, whatever's there. So I found a road that just bangs its way through the middle, which I'm just going to follow. The less turns and twists that I have to do, the better. And see how long it takes me to get lost.
Adelaide is actually one of the easiest cities to find your way around, and I'd soon picked a prime spot to finish my day's work.
It's the Friday morning before the show in Adelaide starts. I found a place last night just to park up right next to the showgrounds. I've been in there to have a look. It's going to be pretty easy to get in there and set up. So there's nothing for me to do for about 2 o'clock this afternoon, so I've come down to one of the beaches about 10k to the west of the city just to sit in the sun, just relax after 3,000 kilometres and 4 days driving in the van. I'm pretty glad not to be stuck behind a wheel again.
So just here, going through A Brother's Bond once again, just continuing the editing section of that. Yeah, and just relax really. It's beautiful down here. There's people running, taking their dogs for walks, taking a morning run on the beach. A little bit more energetic than I am, but I'm quite content just to sit here in the sun, get a tan and just relax, which I will do for the next few hours.